So the question for everyone is, who knew that KCD2 would be such a thing? Well, I didn't, but we're going to jump into it right now. So let's get started. I have to admit, when Kingdom Come Deliverance first came out, and I'll be calling it KCD and KCD2 from this point on because it's just a mouthful, I was not too enamored by it. I've got to be honest with you, I don't really think much of CRPGs that are in the first person. But that being said, perhaps the greatest CRPG so far has been Skyrim, and that was first person. So that just goes to show that sometimes I don't even know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I wasn't enamored by it for that reason. I thought it was just an old medieval tale set in the UK, and I really didn't think about it at all. And it's only since KCD2 has been announced and there's been a lot of talk about it, especially here on YouTube, that I decided to look at some of the reviews and look back at the older game. What I discovered was that this was a very interesting tale about a chap called Henry, who is not just seeking revenge for his murdered family, but is also helping a resistance to put the rightful king back on the throne in, what's the place called? Bohemia, that's it. It's called Bohemia. Interesting name. So, you know, it's a typical story of revenge and a quest and what have you. You know, the sort of thing that we would expect to see in a typical CRPG. So, I wasn't enamored by it, not really. So, why am I getting so worked up about KCD2 now? Well, in part, based on the reviews, there's been quite a few YouTubers who've been given early access codes and have been reviewing the game, and it's almost a universal truth that this game is going to be awesome. A salve, if you will, for the supposed disappointment of Dragon Age the Veilguard. I personally don't think it's that much of a disappointment, but anyway. So this is definitely something that's going to keep me occupied for the next few months while we await Mass Effect 5 or GTA 6. Anyway, I like the mechanics that I've seen in the trailers. The fact that a lot of people have said that the combat system, something that I was worried about, seems to have been improved. But more importantly, there's a lot to do. If you're like me and you like playing CRPGs, you want to try and get all of those quests done. Not any old quest, because you know you want it to be something meaningful that's going to in some way hopefully, you know, feed into the main quest. And it would appear as though KCD2 has a lot of these features. So I've already pre-ordered it. It's going to be available in the UK from the 4th of February, so not too long to go. And of course, I will be putting some gameplay up on this channel as well, just to give you an idea of what it's like. For those of you who still might be thinking about whether you want to drop the cash on this game, I've been convinced that it's worth investing in, so I'm definitely going to be doing that. So, you know, my advice here is, if you can, get your hands on it. Tell me what you think of it, especially if you've played the first game. I'd really like to know what you thought of it and what your hopes are for KCD2. You can add them to the comments below. And as I said, just look out for some gameplay coming very, very soon. Okay, that's a quick one from me, back from holiday, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.